What's up, guys? Sorry I couldn't be there. Um, Probably in Shasta right now, but I'm here to tell you my story. This is like 100% true. Um, so I'm a big outdoors guy, and I do a lot of hunting and fishing. This takes place like 2 or 3 years ago. I was elk hunting with my dad over in Central Oregon, and just walking through the woods, right? And I have a rifle on me, um, and I'm walking through the woods, and it's like late afternoon, so it's getting close to dark, and so I start hearing this noise, and really you don't like think anything like bad is over there. Like you don't see a lot of bears, and wolves are really really rare. But they're over there, so I wasn't thinking anything like about what I was about to see. Anyways, I'll get to that in a second. So I hear this noise, and it's kind of like this weird screech. And I'm like, well, elk on occasionally make like very strange noises, and so I'm like, okay, well maybe there's an elk over there. So let's go over there. So I'm by myself. Mind that. So I'm walking, and that screech just keeps getting louder and louder, and it starts getting darker and darker because it's taken me like it must have been a couple of miles away or something. It starts getting louder and darker, so it's like two things. I'm trying to get there before I can't see anything, before I have to go back to camp and whatnot. But eventually, like I'm getting there, and I'm like, it gets like really dark, like really quick, and I'm like, oh boy, like I gotta get home or I gotta get back to camp, to see my dad and everybody else. But I'm like, something in my stomach's just like, yes, like keep going. But then something else in my gut's like, I don't know, like what this is gonna be. Like maybe I'm gonna get lucky, it's gonna be a big old bull, or maybe it's something else. Anyways, I'm walking, and the screech just keeps getting louder and louder, and like I can't find like where it's at. I'm like in this big foresty area, so I can't like see very far. And the screech is just really loud. I'm like right on top of where the screech is, but I just can't pinpoint like where it's at because it kind of echoes. Um, and it's getting louder and louder, and I'm starting to get like a little freaked out, and you know, I don't know what to do. Um, and then all of a sudden, it's dark, and it's really dark. The shade of the forest on top of it getting dark outside. It's dark, and I'm not being able to see very well. But like my curiosity just keeps telling me like we need to see what this is. Um, so I keep going out there for another 30 minutes, and now it's dark. It's dark out, and I hear the screech, and I look up, and I see these red eyes looking straight at me, like, and it's kind of like in a dark, like if you see like a horror film and you're looking into this dark space and all you see is these eyes, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm freaking out. I get my rifle like ready to rock and roll, and I'm just like freaking out, and then the eyes are gone just like that. And like I'm like, oh boy, like what is this? Like I need to like get home, but like I don't want to like run out of here because what if it's a bear or a wolf or a cougar or something like that? And then I kid you not, it like pops up again in a different spot, and I'm just like it's almost like I'm almost surrounded, and another eye. Then there's two sets of eyes. Like this is like the crazy. Like I know no one's gonna believe me, but this is like the craziest thing. So I get my rifle up, and I'm like this, and I'm gonna pull the trigger just to, like scare it, because I'm like getting really freaked out here. And then boom, I'm like knocked over, like dead from my back, like just like almost like a football tackle. Like I just got tackled, and like this thing was just like I think it. I don't know what it actually was. I think it could have been either a black bear or a cougar. I never actually saw it. Like I was like knocked right, and then it like was trying to bite me, and I like not because I was on my back, so I couldn't see like what it was, and I like elbowed. I'm trying to get this thing off of me, and I'm just like, holy smoke! Like this is it. Like I'm gonna die. And for some reason, I had not fired that shot yet of my rifle, and I was elbowing it, and I grab it with my other hand, and I pull the trigger. Boom! Like very loud, and the thing just gets out of here. And I was like, oh my, like. And I had like my backpack. I was wearing a backpack. It was all ripped up, and thankfully, that's honestly probably what like helped me out is that I had like a backpack on, and it was like protecting like my back and my neck because I had like a hood. It was just unbelievable. And as soon as I got up, I just sprinted like back to like 5 miles, like dead sprint, with like 20 pounds of gear, like and a rifle, and like it was just like the craziest thing ever. And I get back to camp, and nobody believes me. Like it was just crazy. Like I get back to camp, my dad doesn't believe me, and then I show him the backpack, and there's like a freaking hole in it. Oh man, it was crazy. Still to this day, I don't know what it was. Probably one of the scariest moments of my life. Definitely learned a lesson. Do not keep going after something you don't know. I think it was actually a cougar, because cougars are fairly common where we were hunting, and it must have been stalking, and there must have been 2 of them, and they were just stalking me, and I just had no idea. So that's my story. Sorry I couldn't be in class today, guys. Good luck. I'm sure your stories are going to be great.